Hey there, Keoni. Appreciate you making some time.
Hey, what's up, Dylan? How's it going, my man?
Well, I'm doing well. Appreciate you asking. I'm just curious as to how you're feeling heading into this one, though. I mean, you're facing somebody who's, fought for the championship before, is a ranked contender in the division. Like, what are your thoughts on those facets of this matchup here?
I'm just stoked for the challenge, man. Um, Biggest fight to date, toughest opponent. We had a pretty tough opponent last time in Derek Campos. Um, yeah, man. Like I said, I'm just looking forward to the challenge. It's a it's a big opportunity and a great challenge to see where I lie at in this division and lie out in this organization. He's been a staple in this organization for a while, so yeah, man. I'm just pumped for the challenge. We'll figure out the rest on Friday.
Awesome, man. Thanks for the insights, and I appreciate the time.
Thank you, my man.
Michael?
Hey, Keoni, how are you?
Hey, what's up, Mike? How you doing?
Everything good here. Thank you very much for your time. You're currently facing one of the most experienced guy in the whole division. He's been active for over 19 years. What's your game plan for this one, and how important would it be for you as a performer, as a fighter, to win this fight on Friday?
Game plan wise, kind of just how I take every fight. Just take what you give me, and we go from there. I definitely know what I'm good at, and I think honestly, I think I'm just better than him everywhere. Just like going back to the Campos fight. I mean, nothing against Weichel, nothing against Dan at all. I've got a ton of respect for him. Like you said, he's a 19-year veteran, 52 fights, man. He's a legit legend. But hey, man, I'm in it to win it. And that being said, uh, yeah, I'm just out there trying to prove myself, and like I said, just looking forward to the challenge. Not really thinking about wins or losses, more just on the whole process of it and doing the correct things and having a great performance. Not really the outcome I'm looking at, just having a great performance.
Thank you very much. Good luck on Friday.
Thank you, my man.
Jay Anderson?
Thanks very much. And Keoni, when Dylan kicked off the scrum earlier, he mentioned the rankings. And I'm just curious, how much weight do you give the rankings? Because they haven't been around too long. Some fighters seem to like them, some question them. Where do you sit on that?
To be honest, I mean, it is kind of cool if you see a number next to your name, but at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter at all to me. I just want big fights. I want to win fights. He's a legit opponent. Um, like I said, 52 fight vet. I just like the challenges, but yeah, they really don't have any. They have no weight or bearing on me at all. He could not have a number next to his name, and I'd still be in the same mental space that I am now.
And when you talk about your undefeated record, I mean, when we spoke to Daniel earlier, he said that's a little bit of motivation to hand you that first loss. Is it better for you to not even think about that and just let the chips fall where they may?
I never do, brother. I'm 0-0 come Friday.
Fair enough, man. Best of luck on Friday.
Thank you.
Maria?
Hey, Keani, Marie with the Throwing Blows podcast. How you doing today?
Hey, how's it going, Maria? How you doing?
Good, good. Thank you so much for asking. So, you just mentioned that in these situations, you look at it as your 0-0 going in, which is probably a great attitude to have.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
coming up against such a veteran fighter, and obviously you've been in the game for a minute. Everyone knows that those veteran fighters tend to have little veteran tricks up their sleeves. Is there anything about his experience that concerns you?
To be honest, no. Um, I trained with Max Holloway. I've trained with Benson for years. These are all my teammates, and I don't think he's got something that that some mystical powers or something because he's got more fights. I've been around for a while, and I train with some pretty good guys, and just alone with that, they instill a lot of confidence in me and have probably a lot more belief in myself than I do within myself. But with that being it, I don't really see anything that's gonna surprise me. Just gotta be laser sharp focus, and everything should work out fine.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maria.
Santiago?
Hi, Keoni. Greetings from Amsterdam, and thank you for the time. You were
Hey,
on the
hey,
bet.
you're on the home team, guys. Amsterdam. I know that's close to his home. I don't know. No, I'm just
It's
joking.
special here. You should come over. So, Keoni, you were on the Bellator Hawaii card in 2019. That
Yes,
was a
sir.
massive event with a very stacked card. How special was it for you to fight in Hawaii, and how much would it mean to you if Bellator would go back again there in the future?
I'm pretty sure they're gonna go back. It's always great fighting at home. All my family gets to go. All my friends, all my teammates. You know what I mean? I love fighting in the Blaisdell Arena. That's where I had my all the way back to my amateur days. I remember the first time fighting in the Blaisdell Arena. That's the biggest stage that we have in Hawaii, so it means everything to fight there. I'd love to fight there, and I could almost say it's a certainty that they're gonna go back soon as COVID restrictions kind of, and we're coming out of this pandemic. I'm pretty sure we're gonna be back there soon. So hopefully, maybe in December. Who knows? But I'm praying for it and wishing for it, and yeah, man.
Featherweight is the deepest division in all of Bellator. You missed out the chance to be in the Grand Prix, but that Grand Prix is almost finished now. Do you see a lot of great fights for yourself going forward?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Either here or at lightweight. I'm not done with lightweight either. I'm just keeping my options open. It was more so just to stay mentally engaged when I got hurt back in March and April. Just wanted something to work for instead of feeling sorry for myself sitting on the couch and just so we just stayed on track with diet, stayed on track with the limited amount of workouts that I could do with being no contact and things like that, but just staying mentally engaged and mentally focused and now we're here.
Suki.
Hey, Suki from MMA, Keoni, pleasure to speak with you. You just talked about some of your great training partners and the time you spent with them. Up till 2019, we only saw you about 5 times in the cage. And do you see yourself now getting to, prospect level? We throw that title out in MMA quite a bit at post 30 fighters. I mean, are you feeling like a guy who's probably in their 20s from a fight perspective and ready to take Bellator by storm?
Can you say that one more time? I was kind of
Yeah,
you were breaking
sorry.
in and
You
out.
talked
No, no, no.
you just talked about how great your training partners have been. And over the early parts of your career, we kind of only saw you a few times in the cage, but come 2019, we're really seeing you kind of take the MMA world by storm. And it's almost like even in this sport, we can use the title prospect quite a bit for guys that are, pushing that age of 30, 35. But do you see yourself now as kind of like a reborn fighter, really taking it from scratch with a big organization?
Yeah, man, I got into this sport late. I think I made my pro debut at 28. So, like you said, fights were far few in between. Especially when I first got started, especially when we're on the local scene. It was kind of hard getting booked, being from a good gym that I was at out at the MMA lab in Arizona at the time. But at 34 years old, man, I feel like I'm in the best shape of my life. I I really can't explain it. I mean, I guess general knowledge will tell you I'm supposed to be losing a step, but I'm only feeling better and I'm only looking better. So, hey man, I'm just here for a good time, not a long time.
Abraham.
Hey, Keoni, it's Abraham from the Fightly Report.
Yeah,
I was wondering, you've mentioned in the past how you embrace fighting with all the ups and downs, just like you do in life. How is this mindset developed, and would you have any advice for any other up and coming fighters that are still young?
yeah, just like I had an interview with Rob DeMello back home on KHON too. Um, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint, man. It's all about the journey. Because when you get to look back at it all, just it's a great. It's not about like I said. It's not about the destination. It's all about the journey, man. So with that and that being said, within fights, in life, anything, it's it's all about that. If you just focus on the process and do the best you can in the process, and not be so fixated on the destination or the finality of whatever it may be that you're reaching for. Just enjoy the process and enjoy these moments because you're never getting them back either. People are so worried about what's going to happen at the end. Am I going to get this promotion? Am I going to get this job? Am I going to win this fight? Just worry about the process and being the best you can be in whatever you do. And that's the advice I got for anybody. That's what I try to stick to, and that's my code.
Last one, Jeff.
Jeff Brantley from the Man in the Cage podcast. To follow up on that question a little bit, obviously you've talked about persevering through some things in your career outside the cage. Do you think that gives you a mental edge over some opponents that may have more experience than you, such as even Daniel in this fight?
I can't really speak for other people's mentalities or anything like that or any edges, but I just know what I've been through and I survived, and I know um, a lot of guys would have folded if they had went through what I went through in my life. All the way from when I was young to now, it's a lot of people would have folded. A lot of people would have probably chose something different. A lot of people would have chose not to work at a Panera Bread for 2 years and still train. A lot of people would have chose not to have negative account balances. A lot of people would have chose not to every single month having a low balance in their checks or not making rent. I don't know, man. I came out the mud with this, so I can't really speak for everybody else, but I know I put my heart and soul into this, man. And I'm just enjoying the journey now.
All right. Thanks a lot, Keoni. Good luck on Friday.